Star Citizen's biggest moment is one patch away. Just confirmed on Star Citizen Live, inventory and crafting are coming to the game. And those two systems are literally going to change the way this game is played, and it's going to make this game feel like a real MMO, finally. And on top of that, they talk about instancing, the battle cruiser coming in Invictus, and so much more. You do not want to miss what was said here, and I condensed 2.5 hours to about 45 minutes and give you all the important details. Let me know in the comments section what you're most excited for. 07.
Let's talk about some features currently in development.
Sure.
Crafting.
Good.
Yeah.
Tech preview just happened recently. How's that going?
Good, actually. I mean, I don't want to say surprisingly good because the team did amazing work on it, but it's been going super well. I mean, there's a lot of work left, right? But I think that we got what we needed from the tech preview, and it wasn't a complete meltdown, which is always a good thing. But
that's good, Robert.
The team is working really hard to try to hit potentially a patch soon with crafting, which
soon.
I really believe that crafting is such a big step for Star Citizen as a whole.
Yes.
Huge. It's just it will be a different game with the crafting system in place.
Yes.
And so the work that those teams are doing right now to bring this to life is incredible. I think that we're leveraging the technology that we have to be able to create runtime items with different properties and things like that. And so far the first tech preview has been surprisingly solid and a success, I would say. And so now we're riding the coattails of that tech preview to try to see for a launch window for crafting.
Launch window.
You can't have crafting without the inventory rework.
Yes.
Correct.
Jared, I love you, Jared.
And I rarely ask a question I don't know the answer to already. The inventory rework is in the same tech preview, right?
I don't think it was.
Oh, no. The next one.
You can't have crafting without the inventory rework, but the tech preview for crafting doesn't have.
Technically, you can. They can be.
It would just be really bad.
Exactly.
Yes, don't do it.
It's more from a game design point of view.
Don't do it.
But the inventory work is going really well. I mean, some of the people have been reposting screens recently on the original concept, right? That was shown. I mean, it's starting to look like that, so that's really good.
Okay.
When does that go into tech preview?
We're hoping very soon because, like, at this point,
very soon. I'm so tired of
version
this.
that I've seen is fully functional.
Very soon.
We just really want to solve one thing.
What?
This is one, and you say quality of life, like if I have a third one to add to my list, right? The speed of rendering of icons in the inventory, right? And so, like right now, you open your inventory and there's always a moment where it's rendering RTT, like the render to texture icons for each of those. In case you don't know, this is a full 3D scene that gets rendered flat right there. Like we have versions of this in previous concepts where it's full 3D. It's super nice, but
takes forever to load.
The user experience is not great, right? And no matter the amount of work we're going to put on the UI and the functionality of inventory, the speed of the UI is really a thing that we need to improve. And so that's the part that we're still iterating on now.
That's what's holding it back.
Improvements, but there's still, we need to.
I don't care about that. Dial it in after.
The part we really want to solve.
But you feel good about it.
I feel good about it. Yeah.
Okay.
You feel good enough to
launch it?
Say 4.7 in March?
I think so.
Let's
Don't put
go!
the camera. When he says that, you got to put the camera on him.
That's
you look at the
awesome!
camera.
Guys, confirmed!
I think inventory is going to be in 4.7.
4.7 confirmed! Let's go!
You're going to put the small text after this, right?
No, this is live. this is live, baby. No small text. And so, if inventory rework is 4.7, I'm not going to push you on crafting. It's a super complicated thing.
4.8.
But the teams are working really hard for that launch window if they can make it.
Wait,
For that launch
4.7?
window.
We're pushing really hard for that launch window.
4.7 crafting as well. Oh
You're
my
pushing really hard
gosh.
to get crafting in 4.7
Yes.
in March.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No promises.
No, pushing hard is fair.
Chat!
Pushing hard is fair, and it's in line with what I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen. So I won't correct you on that or whatever.
Now we don't know what surprises are ahead. Right? But yeah.
So
Next, they talk about item recovery. Now, this one confused me just a bit, but maybe listening to it back, you guys can let me know in the comment section below what he actually meant here. It looks like they want to go towards tier 1 item recovery, as we've been in tier 0 this whole time, but I'm just confused on how they're going about it because there was a bit of a mix up with the words.
we launched V0 or V1 or whatever the heck we called it, T0. I'm hearing that there's a T1 on the horizon.
Correct.
Talk to me about it.
Oh, tier 1, guys.
Also, obviously tier 0 was a fairly large change to the game, so that in the case where you die in the verse, instead of having to run a corpse run to recover your items, you would actually respawn with them. This was mainly done to, we're in an alpha game, we needed to do some compromises, so we looked at that. So item imprint, there's multiple names for this at this point. Item imprint, item recovery, tier 1, entitlements 2.0. Those are all sort of related. So the gist of it is, and this ties into some other subjects, but is that currently when you play the game, right, and you look at your ASOP terminal, I think I've said that last time, but I'll still go through it again. When you look at your ASOP terminal, the list that you see there is the list of entitlements that you own, which ship that you own, you have a right to, right? Then that's cross-linked with the actual ship. Do you have it? This entitlement, let's say it's a Connie, what is it in the game, right? And where is it? And that's how the ASOP terminal shows you the list.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why you're able to have a row when there's no ship and it says retrieve or deliver, right? That creates the ship. Then deliver brings you the ship on the platform. Those entitlements currently, they don't live across patches. We recreate them. The first time you log in, there's a big process that reconciles your account, grabs your web purchases, grabs your LTP records, and recreates those entitlements.
Okay.
Obviously, long-term persistence has always been it's a difficult problem to solve. It sounds simple, but it is not, I assure you. But in order to facilitate all this and also other item recovery needs, we've decided to basically persist those entitlements across patch. So these things will never get wiped anymore. And so losing a ship is not going to be a thing. That's not going to be technically possible. We never really delete entitlements. And so you have insurance on those records, so you can claim insurance. The only way to lose a ship will be if you no longer have insurance on it. You still have the deed for it, but you can't claim it. So
interesting.
Item recovery is a rework of the entitlement system. It touches on how you claim insurance on ships. It allows snapshotting of ships, but also FPS items, so that these live with an insurance loadout that we can keep and recover, and then will give us the ability to recover or claim your even FPS items. So think of it as an insurance system for FPS items,
like Tarkov.
So this whole mechanic ties into LTP as well. We're also hoping through the system to solve some of the issues that exist with, taking components off of a ship, then claiming the ship, losing the components, and or in some cases being able to duplicate some default components. This whole loop is insurance has always been a problem design-wise for how this functions. So item imprint V1 allows you to imprint items, save that state, and then recover it on death or when you claim insurance.
Okay.
All right, so I have a couple questions here based on what I heard. You keep mentioning insurance. Are you saying that insurance will be in alongside V1 or just exactly?
Correct. I say insurance because that's the same kind of loop in terms of what the services are doing.
Okay.
To do this, but basically it's a snapshot we recover from.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
So when item recovery V1 comes out, it'll still be much like it is today as far as insurance. Everybody will just have everybody has LTI on everything at the moment right now until that very specific gameplay system is implemented. So this is not that.
No.
You're using lowercase I insurance.
Lowercase I, yes.
Sorry, I just needed to. I'm like
underscore I.
I didn't think ship insurance was coming.
I'm glad he clarified.
So
okay.
Just to clarify that.
This is live. This is live, guys.
Before folks go off.
400 people on the YouTube. Hit the like button and a sub.
You're saying that because it's a change to the entitlement system and everything would just get snapshot and moved over. When you say people will no longer lose ships, you're talking about that whenever a patch comes out, people come in and they're talking about the ships that they've earned in game, the ships they've either bought with AUEC or stolen or whatnot. Those should persist.
If you
With
have an
this-
entitlement for something, we no longer wipe that between patches at all. We keep it completely.
Okay.
So that should give us a lot more. In fact, it is exactly the way you would expect it to function right now.
Yeah, but I need to
Except
sell
the
my
way
ships.
the systems were built in the past didn't account for that. And so there was cases where you could lose something that you own because it was left unstowed in a shard or something like that. And so now with the entitlement system, we keep that cross-patch.
So the first question I have in response to that is, how will people get rid of things?
Yes, thank you, Jared.
Because quite frankly, I might go
Yes.
joyriding one day, or I might buy a thing for AUEC and fly it, and then decide I don't want it, I don't like it, and now it's just sitting there staring at me
Yes.
in the ASOP.
Thank you,
if these
Jared.
things don't go away between patches now, every time I want to try a ship, or I just move away for a ship, or John Crew nerfs the hell out of the ship and I don't want to fly it anymore,
God damn, John Crew.
Darn it.
I might want to get rid of it. So will there be is there going to be a mechanism for getting rid of these things?
Well, not with item imprint, right? As part of this, no. But there are. I don't want to go too much into details into this, but I can give an example of like, you have a ship filled with cargo that you stow into your location inventory in New Babbage, and you claim that ship, right? In the current way the system works, that cargo's lost, right? That ship will get deleted and you're done, right? You get a new one, but it's the same entitlement, right? With the new system, we have the ability to also show you ships that you own that had an entitlement on it. And so what that means is you could claim that ship, you'll get a new, let's say it's a Caterpillar filled with cargo, and you're like, I need to claim it for some reason. You can claim the ship. The other ship will be bricked, right? That's how the design is functioning. So it's no longer usable, but you can still retrieve it. You can
Wait.
still retrieve the bricked ship and get it. And then if you destroy the ship or tow it out, then it'll go away from your entitlement. But there's going to be more system, of course, to
That
remove
confused me.
from your ASOP terminal longer term, but
That confused
not in
me.
this phase, but longer term.
That confused me a lot.
I'm
right
just
there.
thinking-
Next, they talk about instancing. And of course, this is a pain point for a lot of people because everyone's used to the open world and they think instancing is going to change that for them. But they explain here that that's not the case at all.
How's instancing going?
Oh,
Very
boy.
good, actually.
This is great.
We actually had a summit this week about instancing.
This is so good.
About getting all of the levels set up to support it.
I'm so excited.
At this point, so maybe I can do a quick recap on what we've discussed in instancing before. So we talked about server meshing, right? So instancing is basically an additional system on top of server meshing, which allows us to take an area of space and give it to a server in the mesh to manage, right? Doesn't matter which one. The geographical, if I want, the spatial position of this thing doesn't matter, right? So for example, when you go to your hangar right now, that is an instance, right? So what we're doing is we're taking this system that manages and we're making a true instance manager with it. So we currently have the backend service completed for this. And so what that provides is the mechanism for creating an instance that that is associated with you or your party, and having rules for how many this instance is made for, how many players, enforcing player caps and party caps for that instance, managing the life cycle of the instance. So hey, we want go back to my WoW days. Maybe that's dated now, but like your Molten Core instance lives for 10 days, right? So the instance manager is in charge of doing that. So that system's in place now.
Cool.
And so the teams are currently working at how the entrance to the instance is going to work, right? So, well, we know how it's going to work, but like how it ties into level. So level designers put in, an entrance way.
Right.
At what point are you crossing the boundary? What brings you to the instance? What brings you out? Transport is a requirement for instancing, so just ties into all the discussion we just had.
Okay.
Like transit cannot bring you to an instance, but transport can.
Okay.
So basically we want to power that up there. So you can imagine an area of space that you walk into through a SAS or an elevator
Okay.
or a transit train. and when you come out, you're in the instance, but you don't even see.
You never see the loading screen.
demarcations. Exactly.
I love that,
exactly.
dude. Seamless
Now
is
you're
so
inside the
important.
instance. You play inside the instance. You can gather items, inventories, whatever, boss fights, etc. And then you can exit through another transit link, and that's it. You're back in the world.
So if we do this right,
This game is
if we do
amazing.
this right,
This game's amazing, guys.
you should never be aware that you're doing it. We might have to put some kind of indicator on there because of
Yeah.
like raid locks or whatever. We talked about municipal works,
Correct.
and like this. So there might have to be some UI stuff that to tell you to.
Yeah, some screens will show you like, oh, you can't enter this because
But from
cap or
but from an
something like that.
experience, we're not. It's there's no load screen. There's no hold on, please wait. You're transferring you to
Right.
whatever. Like you see, it's just you're going to go and suddenly the world around you is going to melt away, and you will be in a section of the universe
So
that
good.
is dedicated entirely to you and your party.
I'm so
Exactly.
excited, guys.
to play it, right? And then, we're also talking about at the moment how the instance manager responds to the mission system, because we might want to be able to change what level you're going into when you pass the threshold or things like that. And so, or the access rights, right? So if you think back, man, I keep going back to WoW. This sucks, but whatever. In the good old WoW days, you need to do lower Blackrock Spire, and at some point, someone has a key. That's the requirement that unlocks upper Blackrock Spire. Well, we're thinking about mechanics in that vein.
Okay.
Yeah.
That allow the mission system to lock or unlock or the access rights to an instance. And so all of this is currently being managed, but it's going really well. Most of the networking capabilities that we needed have been added already. So one of them is that currently when you go to your instance, the way the server actually tracks that is we put a flag on your character that enables you to stream in your hangar and actually view your hangar when you go there. And we remove that flag when you leave it or when you go elsewhere when the hangar is removed. And so in the code up to now, we only had the ability for a single one of those on your character. So we could only give you access to one instance. But we need to be able to give you access to multiple instances, because we
Okay.
might have areas of transit that cross like one instance to another instance, things like that. We're going a bit deep with this, but at the moment those mechanics are ready, so the networking bit is done. So now we're really about crafting the first experience that we want to do with instancing.
And the first instance content will be Siege of Orison.
See,
We announced that.
Redux.
Siege of Origin Redux. Ooh, that's of France.
Yeah.
Right. That's scheduled to come online. We talked about it during CitizenCon Direct. That's one of the content drops that are scheduled for this year.
Yeah.
When, Jared?
Basically, everything you should We've been talking more about a schedule than I probably intended at the beginning of this thing.
That's okay,
But
Jared.
everything you saw
we'll
at
just talk about stuff.
Sorry, everything that you saw at CitizenCon Direct last year is scheduled for 2026. So, and we announced at the beginning of the year with the first ISC that we've now moved to a bi-monthly. That's once every 2 months for those who like homonyms. I'm not above recycling a joke. Content thing. So if you know the first one was in January. We've already stated the second one's in March. The third one will be in May. There's always a
Siege of
patch
Orison in May
for very important reasons.
Siege of Orison in May.
So forth and so forth. So when you it's one of those things where when you look at the content for CitizenCon Direct, you can sort of start to reverse engineer where things go. I'm not going to tell you. I'm saying you've got the tools. You've got the tools. You can pretty much kind of
Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
That's
gather
perfect.
where everything is going to be. And I'd like to see your schedules. And that's just content. That's just the content stuff, because that's
That's not
really what we
features.
talked about at Citizen.
I can
And
tell
all
you,
these
like,
features.
from being with the team this week, working on instancing, everybody's like super stoked. Like it's like the energy is really high.
I
and I'm
love
like,
that.
Oh man, how you enter it, how you exit it.
Just want to mention that Jared literally laid out the entire year for us right there. And that's pretty amazing to see. This entire year is going to happen based on what we saw at CitizenCon Direct, which is a massive shift from how CIG used to do things in the past. This was quietly massive, this next one. CIG has, of course, talked about social tools, but now they have a dedicated social strike team. There is a lot of talk here. They talk about the new Comlink, Party Finder, org tools finally being in the game after over a decade, and better blocking and reporting being added to the game. Let's listen to them talk about it.
It's social.
Yeah.
It's social.
Here we go, guys.
The
Big one.
ability
Big one.
to group with people,
Big
the
one.
ability to communicate with people, the ability not to communicate with people, the ability to just be like, oh, hey, that's a bad person. That's a bad person with bad thoughts and bad intentions, and boop, boop, and kick them into the pit from 300.
Sure.
And whatnot. Never to see or
I love
hear from
Jared,
that
dude.
person again.
I love Jared.
All the tools for joining up. Finally, people have been creating and managing orgs on our website since 2013.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is 2026, and those orgs still not in game.
Correct. What are we doing?
It's
What are we doing?
we're reenacting a little play because Benoit and I have had this conversation almost verbatim for a little time. I'm just doing the conversation we had in private for you guys right now. So my question, Benoit, friend,
When?
person whom chat has dubbed brother, my brother.
From another mother.
When, Benoit? When, please?
Yes, when?
Dear God,
Tomorrow.
in heaven above or down below, who do I have to talk to?
Sure.
Give me something.
Good.
For social.
Yeah. Well, so what is it now? It's all a blur.
Oh,
A
gosh.
social universe, right? The
Yes.
last panel that we did at CitizenCon.
Uh-huh.
That outlines the vision of what we want to do with social. Now, with the year that we just had, we had to take a little bit of a detour on that initial plan. But right now, we have completely formed the social strike team. And so a bit like the heroes team, right? The social strike team, its only mission is to execute this plan, right? And so
So don't bury the lead. There is now an official dedicated team on this.
social strike team. Yes.
Okay, good.
Exactly. And so this group is currently looking at all of the components that make up the social systems now, right? Fortunately for us, the work didn't stop on this side, even though we couldn't enact the changes in the game. On the back end side of things, there's been a lot of progress on social. And so even though the systems look primitive in game, their capabilities have grown quite a bit, even in 25. We
Just not using them yet.
So we do have a block list that we leverage
that was
now.
one
It's
thing.
simplistic, but because we didn't have the UI resources to do it completely. But moving into this strike team, right, covers all areas of social. So the plan is to go into 4 different pillars for it. So the first order of business is the Comlink app. So the Comlink app is like one of the oldest mobi-glass application we still have. It's kind of an eyesore because it's like from a dark, ghost of futures past. It's like from 2000, I want to say 1918 at this point, style-wise. Very old technology, still use the legacy even UI framework that we had in the game. So we're completely eliminating that tab. We're bringing in forward the social application that we've shown at CitizenCon, so that design is moving forward. So replacing that, chat widget, right? So the entire chat experience in the game, we're completely overhauling this from the top at the moment.
At the
so
moment.
we're right in the process of changing that.
Now. Okay, good.
And hooking it up to the new systems.
Okay, good.
Revamping things like, social notifications. Currently in our mobi-glass, we only have one kind of level of notification, which is like ultra important. So
Okay.
to have a proper social experience, you need to have these like, system updates, system notifications, like someone joins, someone leaves, whatever. Looking at things like combat log and all the stuff that we've looked at in the social universe panel. So we're actively building this now. And that's going to be the first, we don't know, I'm not going to say which patch is going to land in. So our schedule is twofold. There's a content patch schedule and there's a feature schedule. The features need to have leeway because it depends on where they're going to land. But that's going to be the first update
This
to
year.
social will be Comlink app, right? So
Comlink,
which
okay.
party information, friend phone tracking, chat app.
VoIP.
So we're working on this right now
VoIP.
actively.
For a 2026 release.
Yes.
Okay, good news. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
I'll take
it's
it.
like you mentioned.
I'll take it.
It's
Claps in the
kinda
chat.
urgent at this point that we do something there.
Claps in the chat. I'll take it. I'll
This
take
will
it.
automatically roll into the next No, keep your dad here. Come on.
Keep going.
On the next milestone for the Social Strike team
VoIP.
is going to be looking at the Party Finder mechanic.
Frick,
right?
man.
Which
VoIP.
basically allows you to advertise your party and then get people to join in. Like, let's say you're looking for a gunner and some FPS guys for your mission, then you can advertise that. If you're looking for friends to go do a specific event, you can do that as well. And so Party Finder, we're hoping, is going to be a way for you to find friends on a given shard really rapidly. Also tie that in with your friendship and your contacts. So that will be we're building on the first release, which will have now friend and foe tracking into that. And so that's going to be super interesting.
Okay,
That's
VoIP.
the second system we want to bring in.
Second, VoIP.
And then obviously number 3 of 4 is the org system. And so in that space, we're taking the orgs on the website from 2013 and
This is good. This is good.
moving them completely. Obviously, the technology we used to build that in 2013 are obsolete. They're, it's a really old system. So we're bringing all of this data back into a game service to manage orgs to surface that, obviously, game side. So
That's
now
good, though.
have
Orgs.
org management screens, have your organization chat in the game.
That's good. That's good.
And then actually be able to create your organization from the game as well.
I
as
love
well
this.
as surface it outside. So that's like, okay, now orgs are in the game.
Good news.
That's the first.
That's the whole name, and then the org.
Yeah, exactly. And this will probably. We're still having internal discussions about how that surfaces. In our game, nothing is always set in stones.
Okay,
But, probably going to tie into FPS, scanning radar. Additions to when you fly your ship to identify others with scanning, and so the orgs will be part of that. That's it. Visibility in game, chat in game for your orgs, actually having your organization communications.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
This
series
year?
of conversations. Weighing immersion versus running around and seeing it burns when I PvP
Yeah,
above people's heads. It's like
sure.
So.
VoIP
solo
isn't
host.
important. Ked's dead. Shut the hell up. The hell?
Fun fact: I got to write the original guidance at Blizzard for that. We're back in 2004 for World of Warcraft. Yeah, I got to make the original list of. These are examples of really bad guild names
Nice.
to train game masters way back when.
Cool.
That's good. Good news. Good news. Good news.
Chat,
Good news.
you've been saying it. It's next on the list.
Yeah.
VoIP.
Yeah.
VoIP. If you're doing all this stuff, VoIP.
We're looking at VoIP.
Such an important
Yes!
element.
Sure.
VoIP.
It's all part of it.
Graham tells me it's entirely your fault.
Graham is. I don't want to say it.
Graham did not say that. He heavily implied it, though.
No.
Graham is more savvy than I am. He knew not to say it outright.
Yeah. That's right. We love him.
Come on. Talk about it.
But he's wrong. No, but okay. So VoIP, we're doing improvements there on the backend side of things. So VoIP is mainly, right now heavily affected by the shard size. So the original design for this was really made for the 100 servers, and so we haven't had a chance to go back there at all. As part of this work, this team is also going to look at the infrastructure for voice transmission, and we're going to try to make it scale to the proper thing. So one element that we're talking about on chat and comms is that we're probably going to be moving away from the server chat. So what the original global 600 player chat, and move into regional chats like a true MMO, so that
Good.
it's tied to the region that you are.
Good.
Maybe multiple channels for that, and so VoIP will also be affected by that because it also powers proximity chat, and so proximity voice. Sorry, so we're looking at voice transmission from the top to bottom. We're changing the whole backend for this to make it scale there.
Okay. I
What
guess
do you have against Baron's chat?
Baron's chat was dope.
Baron's chat. Yes.
Baron's chat was.
It was something.
I mean, apparently Baron's chat was so dope. We implemented it here and have had it for the last 10 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
True.
Correct.
Sorry.
We're also out of this, there's also some movement on player reporting for bad behavior. So not just blocking, which is something that we have now, but that we want to expand on, but also player reporting for other players that are, either
Briefing.
bad behavior, profanity in chat, things like that. Obviously, we don't at CIG don't have a large moderation team in game. So we're going to need some automated help there that will come and clean up some of these elements. So we're trying to really tackle communications from the top there with that strike team.
Good news. Speaking of all systems and their upgrades, we're going to move on to the transport system. It is going to be replacing the old broken transit system. Elevators, trams, hangars, it's all being rebuilt under the new transport system. The first tech preview we're going to be able to test is going to be Area 18. They need the numbers in order to test, as they've done a lot of QA testing, but of course the numbers are important. This new system is built for server meshing, handles dynamic hangars, and it has self-healing systems. It's a very important thing in the game, and honestly, important for everyday play in the world of Star Citizen.
What's included in transport? So what? What are we talking about?
So
Elevators?
transit and transport manage elevators, in-ship elevators, trains, anything that has to move when you press a button and you call it. So it's a network of carriage, peripheral, and gateway.
Okay.
Right. So you take an elevator to go to your hangar. That's transit.
You take a tram.
You take a tram. That's
anything that's automated, anything that moves you not under your control.
Right. And he's the one moving the carriages, right? So he needs to deal with carriages being streamed out, like prediction for that stuff. So, so transport is a rebuild of the original transit, which has been, as we talked about, problematic. So the state on transport is at this point we are, it's functional.
Okay.
So
good.
We've the team at the end of last year actually completed the first transport link, which was we tested this internally with our QA teams extensively at this point. All of the new Babbage HABs links. So we took one link in the universe, that one, and we tested the crap out of it.
Nice.
Now that's a static link. So it's going this. When I say static, it means the 2 points that the elevator goes to exist. Okay. They always exist. So we know that works. Then the state at the moment is we also support hangars. So these are dynamic gateways, because if you're online and you're at the location, your hangar is spawned there. That's a dynamic gateway. If you leave, that gateway disappears. So the system needs to deal with dynamic gateways. The previous system kinda did. And the kinda bit was the piece that wasn't great. Okay. And so we've got internally at the moment new Babbage, we've got hangars and HABs. So the state of transport now is the team is working at converting all of Area 18. So we're talking HABs, hangars, transit trains.
Wow.
All of Area 18 to the transport system.
That's awesome.
So we're going to go to tech preview with that. That's our plan. And the reason why we need to go to tech preview is because we need players. We've tested this internally. We can't muster as much players as we want, so we're going to try to see if you guys want to come and help us out test the new Babbage transit for real.
Dude,
on a tech preview to validate all the assumptions that are in the system.
We're going to
launch tech preview and ask people to just come and ride the elevators. Come and ride the trams.
And their hangars.
Yes. And hope nobody dies.
No trains in space. No doors opening to nothingness.
This is sick, dude. This is a big step, man.
No passing through the floors in the carriages.
The single most exciting tech preview we'll ever do, but incredibly important because it's a tech preview that doesn't just affect Area 18. It's one that can literally affect quality of life in every single landing zone on board every single spaceship.
That has an elevator.
Ships that have elevators and stuff. Well, then space stations. It's going to be this little thing for Area 18, but it ripples out to everything.
Yeah. And so after a tech preview, if everything is validated, there's one thing too we want to try to avoid is the train prediction taking you in 32 seconds to come in, where the train says train arrives in 1,060,000.
Yeah.
Which obviously we hope that.
I just thought it was a metaphor for the project.
Next, a very long-awaited, very large ship is announced, and it's going to be this year at Invictus. Wow. This news just keeps on going.
Yes, the battlecruiser is coming.
When?
Yes.
When?
It's a tried and true manufacturer.
What?
Not one of these new hotness manufacturers. One of the older
Anvil
manufacturers of Verse.
Anvil.
and it sure. And I did say this last time, so this is not new information. The manufacturer thing is new information.
Pause,
But,
champ.
our big giant military combat themed event that we do every year around May is probably a pretty good time to expect it. And it will be and as we said before, it will be it is our intention to make it the last concept we do. We made it through 2025 without a concept, with a single concept promotion. We do not have a single concept promotion scheduled for 2026 other than this battlecruiser. We don't have a single concept promotion scheduled for 2027. This will be the last one. It's an old Kickstarter thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So
It's okay.
It's
So
happening.
concept is May.
it's happening. It's happening. We're going forward.
Guys, I
I'm not gonna
need
tell you
money.
anything more about it now.
Please super chat or
yeah.
donate your money to me so we can buy a battle cruiser.
Big.
I'm kidding, by the way. That's a joke. Do not
That's
give
my
me
one
your
for the
money.
show.
It's a joke.
All right.
Jared claps back here with a question of his own. And it's a question that we've all had in our mind for a very long time. Let me know in the comments if you're happy or not happy about this decision.
Then fine. Wipe.
Yes! Yes!
Wipe.
We were
Mom.
doing so good.
Wipe.
No, wipe.
Wipe. I held them off.
Wipe
I
your
held them
butt.
off. Wipe.
Right.
What, wipe your butt?
Okay. We're not planning a wipe. We're planning.
Good night, everybody.
We're planning.
Gosh.
We're,
Frick!
so we're looking at targeted actions, right? But we're not looking at a wipe for the moment.
You suck!
So
I'm kidding.
We want to keep on rolling. First of all, there's
I'm
a lot
kidding,
of-
I'm kidding.
Some of the work we've discussed. Obviously, I can't share the details of what we're doing, but that needs to be completed. So for now, we're not intending a full blanket wipe at all.
No, this goes back to what we were saying before
Okay.
about the biggest quality of life thing. All this work going in to long-term persistence and to item recovery V1 and stuff. It's about and the freight elevator. It's about making sure you keep your stuff.
Yeah.
Making sure
But
you
we
keep your
can
stuff,
wipe
making sure you
and
keep your
keep the
stuff, making
stuff.
sure you keep your stuff. So
I guess that makes sense.
We've got
actually.
tools. We've got logs. We've got
A lot of logs.
If you
yeah,
wipe, there's not a
We've got
lot
a lot
to
of
keep.
information.
right?
A lot of information. So
We'll talk,
it is
we'll
our
talk.
it is our intention to do a targeted correction
Correct.
to those areas that
Are
need it
problematic. For that needed.
and preserve as much of the gotten gains of the everyday Star Citizen as possible.
Exactly.
So no blanket wipe.
That's right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I mean, I get it.
So we've answered that. That's done.
They need stuff to track so that they see if the systems work. It makes sense. I get it. Here they go into even more. With all this news, you'd expect it to be done. But it's not. There's more, ladies and gentlemen, and this was the big one, the big kicker.
All right. That's it. Oh
Cool.
no.
No, that's not it. Wait, more? More?
One last question.
Okay.
Tell me something we don't know about. Tell
Oh,
me something. Tell me
okay.
something we should be excited about that we're
Good.
not currently excited about.
Please.
Give us something nobody's expecting.
Come on. Something juicy. Please.
That's hard.
No, it's not.
You're
no,
putting
it's
me on the spot now.
Come on.
I'm putting you on the spot, Mister. Is the battlecruiser coming?
Okay.
BMM.
Well, one thing we didn't talk about in detail
What?
that I could give background info on is
What?
Genesis and Nix One.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're obviously working on this. That's no surprise to anyone. But the one thing that I'm excited about
What?
is that we've kind of conjoined development on 3 separate things
What?
in order to ship the best Nix experience that we could offer, right? And so, obviously, Genesis is part of that, and the Planet Tech that's behind it. But also, the Starchitect work. And so, for those who don't know, Starchitect is a way for us to be smarter about building planets and the human populations that are on them. So, settlements, buildings, distro centers,
AI.
LZs, name it. right?
Everything.
So historically, we've placed that by hand, and so Starchitect is a way for us to give designers control over the planetary scale of how these are distributed, and it's a fairly fundamental change to how the game is made. And the third one is what we call the population control / population manager. So currently you have AIs in the game, right, that are sometimes hand placed, sometimes dynamically spawned. We've talked about
Sometimes spawn like a
gazillion
crackhead just hitting a
times.
spawn button.
yeah, which is my biggest pet peeve, by the way. If you
Apologies
wanna,
to
that's my trigger
crackheads.
point. If you want to trigger me in a meeting, just tell me there's another overspawn issue. But anyway, so population management and control is a third component of this. So I'm excited about this because as we're working towards next one, we're aligning all those three things into one strike team to deliver that together. So
That's awesome, dude.
I'm excited about that because those are like three major development
That's
pieces
this
that
year,
Star
guys.
Citizen needs to scale that we're bringing in together. So
That's
for
this
pop
year.
control, instead of having all these either hand-placed or dynamically spawned AIs in key areas, that's a system that will basically manage the server capacity of AI agents to be able to distribute them at the right place, but also spawn the right AIs for the right jobs, manage the priority of these spawn requests, all that stuff. And so it's such a much more scalable system that will allow us to really like build up a dense universe than we've had before. So I'm excited about the fact that those three projects are part of the same
I am as well.
kind of drive at the
Guys,
moment. That's the
600
first
of
thing I
you
would say
on
that you guys don't know
YouTube.
about
Hit
we're
the
gonna
sub
bring
button, hit the
together.
like button if you enjoyed yourself.
The second one,
More?
I mean, there are some hints of this in the game already.
Okay.
So I know some of the techies look into the game client, try to find some stuff. I'm not going to go into more details about this, but
Okay, yep.
we talked about sim rigs. We talked about how the experience in the sim rig is. So VR is a great thing if you have a sim rig, right? Obviously, having the headset on
Monster
is such
Tech.
a more dense experience.
I need a sim rig.
We're also working at improving our peripheral support, so being able to feed information, non-damaging information to peripheral manufacturers, so be able to enable them to make custom Star Citizen experience for the sim rigs. And also we're currently in the process of looking at motion and motion platform support for the game. And so I think that's something we haven't talked about specifically, but I'm mega excited about it because
Opening up the API.
Opening up basically the motion systems to be able to leverage that.
I want
on
a
the-
sim
on the
rig so
keyboard.
bad.
So I think that's something that I'm super excited about because that's just another level.
There's that new Corsair keyboard that's got the Stream Deck built into it.
Oh,
and
that-
stuff like that, and like this.
Yeah.
So those would be my
Okay.
two.
Anything for player facing for in game?
In
May-
game.
may-
Something new.
Something. I know about something. It's we're treating this like it's a big thing. It's not. We just did the big thing, but
What?
spawning.
Spawning?
Oh yeah.
Did you say spawning?
Well,
Spawning.
Well, so we talked about spawn in the hangar, right? And
Yeah.
So to build spawning hangar, we had to build a new workflow, right? To be able to determine, can we spawn you there? Is there a requirement for you spawning there, right? So the requirement in the case of spawn in hangar is your hangar spawned, right? That's also extended to ships, right? But what we're trying to achieve, now I'm not promising this anywhere, but is spawn in place. And so
What?
we're trying to extend that workflow for spawn in place. So
Oh,
that,
in place.
you just
Wha-
log in the game and
You spawn
you spawn
wherever.
where you were. And so that's something that
That's
we're
huge.
passionate about and we're trying to get in there. So
Yeah. Log in, log
in,
out,
bam on it.
anywhere.
That's insane.
Not a, you have a bed in a ship. You haven't. You don't have a bed in a ship. You just wherever you are, get out,
Correct.
get back in, come back right there.
Yeah.
That's
Surface of a
insane.
planet, spawn in place.
Yep.
As long as you can still spawn there. Right. There's going to be rules and limitations, but we're looking into that.
I don't need a bed anymore.
That
for
is
the
also a big
MX.
change for the game to me.
Yes.
That's a huge, huge change.
Just
Cool. I'm happy you raised that up. I was going to forget about it.
I have been really positive and hype about this year, and it's really awesome to see that hype is paying off. I knew this game would come together one day, and it truly feels like 2026 is where that's going to happen. So much is on its way, and there's so many opportunities now to get into the game or even tell your friends. If you'd like to get into the game, use my referral link down below. And of course, I appreciate everyone that's watched this long. If you are one of those people, I want to know what your favorite animal is. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. 07s, God bless, and I will see you in the next video.